Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another in-depth first-person walk around here on Entity Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler as always, and today we are taking a look at the facelifted 2021 Audi Q5 in the premium trim level. Now, first things first, let's get this out of the way and take a look at the original window sticker for the car. So the way Audi sets them up is you pretty much have your title of the car up front. It'll show you which engine the car is equipped with. You also have all of your standard features as well as some warranty information. So I'll zoom in and we'll quickly go through those. You could pause the video to see more, and you can see you have your warranty information. And we also have our parts content down here. As you can see, most of the parts are sourced from Mexico, so a little over 3/4 of the parts. And the final assembly point is actually in Mexico as well. If we take a look up here, we have our options list, which is what I wanted to highlight. So the premium trim level of the Q5 is actually the base model. You have the Premium Plus, and the Prestige. However, we have this premium with the convenience package, which seems to be the most popular configuration of the Audi Q5. So let's see, we have our options here. We have the Panoramic Sunroof, which costs an extra just under $1,500. We have the convenience package, which comes with memory for the driver's seat. Of course, the driver's seat is fully powered. You have auto dimming and power folding exterior mirrors. We have the Sirius XM, the advanced key with the smart key entry for the door locks, and we also have the heated steering wheel, which is a very nice addition to the convenience package. We also have the 19-inch wheel package, which gives you a little bit nicer wheels. We have the protection kit, which gives you the all-weather floor mats, the cargo liner, all that good stuff. We have the Audi beam rings, which is a little projection underneath the doors at night, which shows you the Audi rings. I'll give you a little picture of that, what that looks like right there. We have the cargo cover, and then we also have the brown birch natural wood inlays, which is actually one of 2 different woods that you can choose on the inside. We have a destination charge of a little over $1,000, and if we take a look down here, we have our final pricing of $48,595. Taking a look up here, we have our crash ratings and shipping information, and then we also have our fuel economy ratings as well. So now that the window sticker is taken care of, let's dive into the details of this car. So taking a walk around so that you can see the side profile of the updated Q5, you could see that it kept that beautiful style line that starts out at the hood and ends up all the way wrapping around to the tailgate. So that's really a kind of famous feature of this Q5, is that beautiful fold in the metalwork on the side. You also have a little bit towards the bottom and some nice silver colored trim towards the bottom of the doors. However, we could talk about colors, and this particular one we're working with has the Ibis white, and that is the non-metallic white. Can choose between 7 different exterior colors, and our wheelbase stands at 111 inches even. So finally, if we wrap around to the back of the 2021 Q5, we have a couple of drivetrain options that I'd like to discuss. We are working with the base power plant, which is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but you could also step it up to the same 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but with the addition of an electric motor and a battery pack, and that'll be a plug-in hybrid. So it'll up your horsepower, torque, and it'll also up your fuel economy. But regardless of engine choice, Quattro all-wheel drive will come standard. Okay, so let's round off the details on the exterior with the front. You'll see we do have a lot of styling updates on the front with the grille. It's a little bit more rounded off, new headlights, new lower trim, and new kind of trim around the sensors in the middle. We'll start off with one of the most important parts, in the fact that LED headlights are now standard across the board. So before, on the premium trim level, we used to have HID units. We now have LED units across the board, so on all of the trim levels on the Q5. Even your high beams, your low beams, your daytime running lights, and turn signals all are LED. If we take a look down below, we have some nice trim surrounding your front sensor over there. We also have sensors for the parking sensors. Now these ones in the center, the little bit larger ones, they kind of look like fog lights. Don't mistake those with fog lights. Those are actually a sensor for the front collision warning. We have some nice trim down below. It's a metallic silver color. You can see it very nicely in the sun. Again, a new grille with the Audi rings. We also have the Quattro logo as well. So quite the nice update for the front as far as styling and features. A very nice large clamshell style hood. We have some very prominent creases towards the edge and a little bit more towards the center. And if we take a look down here at the wheels, we have the upgraded 19-inch wheels. On the premium trim level, the 18-inch wheels will come standard. And as you work your way up in the trim levels, you will be able to get a little bit more of wheel options. But this is very nice looking on the base model here. And your tires measure 235/55 all the way around. See, we have some pretty nice brakes up front too. It looks like they are 4-piston calipers. Of course, ventilated rotors as well. And you can see we have all the lining on the inside of the fender wells to reduce noise, road noise that is. We also have this beautiful matte chrome look that goes all the way around the windowsills, as well as the roof rails are also that color. The panoramic sunroof, again part of the panoramic sunroof package. We have our mirrors here with the integrated LED turn signals as well as your blind spot monitoring. That blind spot sensor is actually on the inside of the mirror, so it'll kind of just flash at you so you can see it a little bit better. It's a lot easier than looking at a little clear logo on the mirror itself. So a part of that convenience package gives you the smart key entry and exit. We have these little squares on the door handles, which means you can lock, it'll beep, and you can also unlock the doors. Taking a look back here, we have the same wheels, same tires, and we also have ventilated disc brakes even back here. Continuing with the clamshell hood, we have the clamshell tailgate. Again, full LED lights back here. You can see very nice design with the dynamic turn signals. We have secondary lights down here for your turn signals and brake lights in case the main ones were to fail. We also have the reverse lights. Some styling elements on the side of the bumper, some nice matte chrome accents towards the bottom, kind of mimicking a tailpipe, but the real ones are actually hidden underneath. We have this nice matte chrome bar that runs the span of the tailgate. It really accentuates the depth on the car. We also have your trunk release and reversing camera, parking sensors all the way around the rear bumper. We also have the Quattro logo. So now let's take a look at what we have under the hood. Okay, so moving on to the interior. Now we have 4 color options available, and of course real leather does come standard. We are working with the black color option today, and you can choose between a black, a gray, a brown, or a beige. I'll start off here on the door panel, actually rather on the mirror, where you could see this black spot right here, and that is your blind spot warning system. So a big amber colored light will flash if someone's in your blind spot. A lot easier to see, like I said before. So as far as materials go on the door, they are very nicely appointed. So you have soft touch up here and also soft touch down here with a leatherette material where your arm's going to rest. We have this beautiful natural grain birch inlay right here. You can really feel the grain. Very nice piece of wood on the door. Again, that is one of 2 wood interior options. But as far as functionalities, of course, we have the handle, the lock-unlock, and the 2-person memory seating. We also have all of our controls for our individual child locks for the rear doors, window controls, and our power folding mirrors controls, and they are also heated. One last button, you have the trunk release. Now this car does have the standard Audi sound system. Now I couldn't really find how many speakers this standard Audi sound system has. I believe it's 10, don't quote me on it. However, you can upgrade for about $950. You can get the 19 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, which I definitely suggest. What a great audio system that is, and a really good deal at that. You also have a little storage cubby right here as well. And taking a look at the left of the dash, we have this air vent here with some more of that birch inlays. We have our lighting controls, so this kind of acts as your fog lamps for the front and for the rear. And then we also have our gauge dimmer that you could pop out and twist around. And from this angle you could also see the release for the tilt telescoping steering wheel. We have a hood release off to the left and pedals off to the right, obviously. Very nicely designed seats with the stitching, all contrast stitching except for a little bit in the center. But very nice design, very comfortable seats. One of 2 different seating options you can get. You can get these comfort seats, and then you can also get the seats that come with the warm weather package. So it's going to be a little bit even more of a comfortable seat if you get the warm weather package. And of course they are fully powered with your 4-way lumbar. You also have a hidden storage tray over here, so it goes in quite a ways, and it's actually pretty good hiding place for it. I almost forgot to mention it. Oh, we'll hop on in, start it, and check out the rest of the interior. Okay, so here's the key fob for the Q5. Pretty traditional Audi key fob, very nice looking design. You have the unlock and lock, the trunk release, the panic alarm, and then you also have these 2 buttons on either side. You squeeze those simultaneously, and the physical key will pop out in case you need to use that. Of course, push button start does come standard, and the button is located right down here. Okay, so we can start off the details of the interior with what's right in front of us, and it is, of course, this beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel. So you have these nice grip bolsters, really comfortable, fits in the hand beautifully. You also have this nice stitching on the inside, some metallic work around the buttons and around the airbag cover. Very nice styling element in the fact that this kind of resembles the grille of the car around the Audi rings. And you have some nice spokes down below as well. As far as functionalities of the wheel, you will have paddle shifters, so the minus and plus mounted to the wheel. You also have buttons for various commands for the screen between the gauges. And in case you're wondering, of course the digital cockpit is available. However, you have to step it up to the Premium Plus model to get that. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to show you guys the kind of basic gauges that you get on this car, since a lot of people who review these cars tend to do the top of the line cars to try to show you all the features. But I think it would be pretty cool to show you guys some of the more basic models of these cars. You also have more buttons here for your radio, skipping back and forth, and then you also have your audio volume in this little roller right here. Bluetooth controls and voice commands, as well as your heated steering wheel button. Behind the steering wheel we have a couple of stalks, and to the left side we have our turn signals, our high beams, as well as our lane keeping assist. So at the end you have that button right here. You can turn that feature on and off if you'd like. And we also have our standard cruise control. It is a standard cruise control, not a radar cruise control, although the radar cruise control is available. And also to the other side you have a stalk for your front and rear wipers. Now for this portion we're going to focus on the gauges. So as far as physical gauges go, you have your tachometer and speedometer over there. You have a coolant temperature gauge on the left and your fuel gauge to the right. But then we also have this nice color screen, and we can use these buttons here to control what the screen has to offer. So this is pretty much our main screen right here. We could use the roller wheel to scroll down in our information screen. So we have a physical, or a digital speedometer rather. We have our real-time consumption, as well as the average on the top of the bar. We also have short and long-term memory. And also this is a pretty interesting screen. It'll show you how much energy your different systems are consuming. So if I turn on the heated seats, it'll show you that how much more energy that you'll save by turning them on and off. Pretty neat. And then we also have our driver's assistance screen right here. So you should see if you're bouncing off the right lane, it'll kind of light up over there and tell you to get back over into your lane. If we use the arrow keys, we can go over to the radio screen, and it'll display what's going on with your radios. It'll display the radio station, as well as who sings the song, what the song's called, etc. And you could also click the more menu screen to even get more on each one of these screens. You can switch your sources throughout there as well. And then if we click the next button, we also have our phone screen right there as well. So within each screen of the driver information, you can also press this button here to get more information. And you also have a view button if you want a minimal display in the center, so nothing really distracting you. And it kind of goes like that, and then if you press the view button, everything will show up again. So the top of the dash is a very nice soft to the touch plastic material. So it's not scratchy or anything. It's very nice, soft to the touch. You have a center speaker and your defrosters, of course. And one of the very big updates to the 2021 Q5 is the addition of the new MMI, and also the addition of it being touchscreen capable. So, and also for 2021, they have this new home screen. Now you can also have your traditional with all of your apps jumbled together, or you can also have this screen right here where you can choose if you want your radio, your telephone, your navigation, and you can also mix it up with anything else you'd like on your home screen. So I like how they did that on the 2021s. We'll go into a few of the menus here, not take too much time, but I'd like to show you guys all of the menus just so you get a feel for it. Here we have our radio. You can change the source over here, and then also go into your radio settings. So that's pretty cool there. And then you can also just go back to your home with that button there. We have our media screen, which has to do with your Bluetooth connection. We have our phone screen again, that has to do with your Bluetooth connection. We have navigation, which you can subscribe to navigation on the premium models. However, if you want it built in, you have to go for the Premium Plus. We have our phone apps right here, which has to do with our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We have our vehicle screen here, which will show all of your different drive select. Very nice amount of different modes here, so we could go into our individual, and that's what you can customize here. We have our off-road, comfort, automatic, dynamic, and your own individual. Of our efficiency assistance, so we have our economy tips, and you can turn them on and off. We have our air conditioning, lighting, and visibility, so you can customize all of your interior brightnesses, as well as turning your rain sensor on and off. We also have our driver's assistance here, so this is a pretty cool screen that actually highlight all of the driver's assistance functions this car has. So pretty good amount for the more basic model car. We have favorites as well as our settings. So we go into our general settings here, you see what you can customize. Also have our sound settings. Back to home, we have our last page with various things like user settings, so you get set up like a profile. If you, or say your wife was driving the car, yourself gets in, you are profile number 1, and or if your wife gets in, your profile number 2, and all of their presets, all of their settings and everything will be saved to that individual profile. So pretty good idea there. And you can also swipe from the top of the screen down to get quick access to your sound settings, and also various things just like turning off the screen. But I have to say, playing around with this new unit here, no fingerprints on this screen here, which is pretty cool. It also has a very premium look, kind of like this gloss black look that really is kind of the highlight of the interior. So we have a couple of air vents just below the screen, as well as your hazards button. A nice strip of the birch wood with your Quattro logo over there. And we also have our climate control, so pretty much this whole strip here is going to be your climate control. Obviously it's a 3-zone climate. You can also sync the two front, all 3 zones, and then you can also set your rear as well. So if you twist the knobs, now it becomes the rear climate control that you're adjusting. We have 3-stage heated seats for both your driver and passenger. Obviously the cooled seats are a part of the warm weather package, which we do not have. However, defrosters, recycling, you can turn the whole climate control off if you'd like. And we also have our passenger heated seat. Of course, it's an automatic climate control. You can adjust your zones right here. Turn your AC on and off, adjust your fan speed, adjust your zones, and your passenger where they want the air to blow. We have physical buttons up here to select your drive modes. We can turn the auto start stop on and off, the traction control on and off, parking sensors on and off, as well as your hill grade. You could turn that on and off, as well as just a physical button to turn the screen on or off. Taking a look down here, we have a little rubberized tray where you can put spare change or whatever. You obviously have the start stop button there, a USB charger that also works with the CarPlay, so you plug that in over here, and the CarPlay will be connected via that USB. And you also have a 12-volt power outlet. Now I have to say, one thing I'm not a big fan of is a lot of this gloss black that they put in. And this gloss black is, as you would know if you own a newer car that has all of this gloss black trim in it, it looks very nice when it's new, but you constantly have to clean it. Fingerprints are very abundant. We have a storage tray right in the middle, which looks like you can maybe prop your phone up in. But on the edges you have some more of that birch wood, and it wraps all the way around. You have your electronic parking brake. When the red light is illuminated, that means it is active. To deactivate it, make sure you put your foot on your brake, press down to activate, pick up. And regardless whether you get the gasoline only or the plug-in hybrid version, you will get a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This of course is a leather, and you have to hit the unlock and go down into drive. You also have the sport mode. Click it over, you can do manual shifting on the shifter or on the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. You want to go into neutral, you do 1 bump. If you want to go into reverse, you do 2 bumps. Here we have a reverse camera, very nice quality. You can see the guidance lines move as you move the steering wheel, and our parking sensors virtual display also pops up there. And of course you can get a 360 views camera system, obviously in the upper trims. And if you want to put it in a park, just press the P. So taking a look at our center console, we have a combination of a covered storage tray, which you could put in there. You also have one that slides back and forth. So if you want storage here, you could probably fit a standard size iPhone. You could also slide that back and you'll have some cup holders. Now if you're saying, hey, where's a wireless charging pad? This car unfortunately does not equip with it. However, it is available and it'll go right here. So you just put your phone like this and the phone will charge. Again, this car is not equipped with it. You will get that feature, however, in the Premium Plus model. Taking a look up here, we have a nice auto dimming and frameless mirror with a little digital compass. Our center stack has some nice LED touch lights. We also have controls for your SOS and informational buttons, as well as some lighting controls. So let's turn on all the lights in the interior, turn the lights on to when they open the doors. Then we also have our sunroof and sunshade. So we have a gray headliner on this particular car. And as you can see, the sunshade covers 100% of the light. It is powered, and you can use this button here, either go all the way back or forward to close it. As you can see, with the sunroof open, it lets quite a bit of light on the inside, and it's a nice large panoramic unit. If you'd like to vent the sunroof up, you just press the button like so. If you'd like to slide it back, just slide the button back. The sunroof opens to quite a nice and large position, as you can see. And you also have a wind deflector up here as well that pops up. Just a few more things I'd like to mention while we're up here in the front, and then we'll move into the back. We have some pretty nice visors with an LED light and a mirror. They also fold to the side and slide back and forth. And you also have grab handles for all 4 of the seating positions. But speaking of seating position, I'm going to adjust the driver's seat to a normal, comfortable position for my 5'10" self. We're going to hop in back, see how much room we have, and also see what kind of amenities the 2021 Q5 has to offer back there. So on the rear door, we have the same exact materials as out front, so they really don't skimp out with quality of materials. So soft touch plastic on the top and the bottom, and leatherette materials on your armrest. Beautiful wood, nice metallic door handle, and your window switch. You also have a couple of speakers on the rear door and a pretty large bin right here. So we of course have your bench seat back here. Very beautiful attention to detail to the leather. You really do have some nice side bolstering on these seats, and when you sit in them, it's almost like sitting in a bucket seat. We have these handles right here to where they will fold down the rear seats like so. You could actually fold them down a little bit more and they'll lock into place. Very solid sounding door handles, or door shutting, I should say, on the Q5. So pretty good amount of space too as well. I'd say like 2 or 3 inches sitting behind myself rather. And again, I am 5'10", so we have some cargo nets on the back of both of the seats. We also have air vents down here and below the front seats for your feet. And we also have our individual temperature control. Very nice to see that they included that. We also have 2 USB chargers and a 12-volt power outlet. We do have a pretty large hump in the center due to the quattro all-wheel drive. So if you have 3 people sitting back here all the time, it might not be all that comfortable for the center passenger. They're just going to have to switch it up with the people that are sitting back here. Panoramic sunroof continues very nicely back here. For reference, it kind of stops right where the rear headrest is, so it's a very large panoramic sunroof. You have lighting, a grab handle up there. You also have a center console with a couple of cup holders. And you also have a pass-through if you press this button right here. Just the center will fold down. So it's kind of like a ski hatch. That pretty much does it for the rear. So let's check out what the front passenger space has to offer. So opening up the front passenger door, you can see very similar design like the driver's, just a few less buttons. Passenger seat is fully powered, although it does lose the adjustment of lumbar. And if we take a look in the glove box, it is completely felt lined, and you have plenty of storage in there, even a little bit of segmented storage on the side. We have coin holders and a pen holder in there as well. So coming standard on the Q5 is a full powered liftgate. Very nice accommodation. And a pretty large storage area, and that's really why you buy an SUV rather than a car, is because of the increased storage. And I can tell you there is quite a bit of it. You even have extensions over here with nets. You have retainers there. You also have LED lights, grocery bag hangers to either side, and also another net pocket right there with a 12-volt power outlet. We also have our cargo shade that we could clip in right here if you don't want people looking in on your goodies. And this car does have a ton of accessories that come with it. I actually took some of them out and I'll show you them in just a second. We have the all-weather floor liner, which is all wrapped into plastic, as well as your all-weather mats, the rubber mats. We also have our carpeted mats as well. And the Q5 does come standard with crossbars for the roof, which is pretty cool. You also see these handles right here, so if you pull them, the rear seats will actually fold flat, so you can load larger things into the back. And if we take a look under here, you can see that our standard cargo floor carpeting and tie downs. Lift up the cover, you can see that we have a spare tire, which is a space-saving spare tire, so you'll have to blow the spare tire up and then put it on the car. We have some illumination that lights up the ground on the bottom, and then we also have two buttons, one that'll lock the car and close the trunk, and one that'll just close the trunk. And one last segment I wanted to touch on for the Q5 is obviously the fuel economy. Now, it does have an 18-gallon fuel tank, and according to the window sticker, you should be seeing right around 23 miles to the gallon in the city and 28 on the highway, which actually is pretty darn good. You can see that Audi does recommend premium fuel because it is a turbocharged engine, and they also give you a little place to hang the cap so it doesn't scratch your paint. So, to sum up the 2021 Audi Q5 that has been refreshed for this year, they've done a really nice job refreshing this car as far as styling and technology goes, and it definitely deserves a spot on your shopping list. I hope you stay with us for future in-depth reviews here on NNT Auto Reviews, and have a great day.